Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, because this one right here just broke the internet in half. The DNA results are in, and it's official. Burna Boy is the father of Jada Kingdom's baby. Yeah, I said it. The African giant just got hit with a royal reality check. After weeks of denial, tension, and explosive lives, that little envelope came back with the truth. And the truth hit harder than one of Burna's Grammy speeches. Jada Kingdom wasn't lying, she wasn't clout chasing, and she sure as hell wasn't making it up for the blogs. The receipts are out. The papers are real. The baby, 100% Burna Boy's. And just when you thought the internet couldn't handle more chaos, Stefflon loses it live. I'm talking real-time heartbreak, crying, shouting, calling him out in front of millions. She went from unbothered queen to scorned ex in 0.3 seconds. But wait, how did we even get here? How did Burna Boy go from denying everything to standing knee-deep in a DNA scandal that's now trending across every corner of the web? Because if you think this story ends with a test result, oh no, it's just getting started. Stay locked in, because what's about to unfold next might just ruin everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a headline, this is a cultural earthquake. The DNA results that everyone's been whispering about have officially dropped, and the internet is on fire. Burna Boy, the self-proclaimed African giant, the international superstar, the man who told the world he doesn't chase clout, has just been proven to be the father of Jada Kingdom's baby. Let that sink in for a second. The same Burna who went live with Stefflon weeks ago, laughing, joking, calling the rumors nonsense, has now been exposed by cold, scientific, undeniable DNA evidence. There's no PR statement that can fix this one. No music video distraction. No, it's all love post. The truth is written in black and white, 99.9% confirmed. But what makes this even more insane is the way it all unfolded. This wasn't a quiet reveal behind the scenes. No lawyers, no silence, no private settlement. Oh no, this entire thing played out in public, like a global reality show. From the first leak of the alleged messages to the wild live sessions between Burna and Stefflon, to Jada's calm but confident smirk every time she said, "Just wait for the results." And guess what? She wasn't bluffing. People who've been following this story know. It all started with one simple claim from Jada Kingdom. A claim that sent the internet spiraling. She dropped it like a bombshell during a late-night IG live, casually saying, "I ain't gotta argue with no one, my baby's father know who he is." That one line was enough to send Burna's team into panic mode. Within hours, social media was flooded with clips, edits, and memes, some defending Jada, others mocking her. But here's the thing, Burna didn't stay quiet. He jumped online, chest out, laughing it off. "Stop playing with my name," he said, his tone somewhere between confident and irritated. And standing right behind him, Stefflon, looking like she just heard that claim for the first time with the rest of us. From that moment, it wasn't just gossip, it was war. Because if there's one thing about Burna Boy, it's that he doesn't like being challenged, especially not publicly. Sources close to his circle claimed he called Jada's bluff immediately, demanding proof, demanding receipts, demanding silence. But Jada didn't flinch. She didn't rant. She didn't even shade. She just told her followers to watch how the truth always shows up. And oh, it did. Behind the scenes, reports say Burna's team tried to handle things quietly. They allegedly reached out to Jada's management, offering to resolve the matter privately. But Jada, she wasn't having it. She wanted the world to see the truth unfold. No PR filter, no cover-up. So when the DNA test came back positive, she didn't post it first. Someone else did. An anonymous insider, possibly from the clinic itself, leaked a blurry screenshot of the report with Burna's real name and a 99.9% match percentage. Within minutes, it went viral. By the next morning, every blog had it. Twitter spaces were in chaos. YouTubers were doing breakdowns. And Burna, silent. That silence spoke louder than any denial. Meanwhile, Stefflon went live, and that's when everything exploded. She wasn't holding back this time. Eyes red, voice breaking, she said, "You made me look stupid for defending you. You said she was lying, and I believed you." The internet froze. You could hear her heartbreak in real time. It wasn't just about betrayal. It was about humiliation. Because let's be real, Stefflon Don has been with Burna through thick and thin. She stood by him when people called him arrogant, when the blogs dragged him for alleged side flings. She was his queen, his ride or die, his public defender. And now, to find out he was hiding a baby all along. That's the kind of betrayal that doesn't just end relationships, it ends reputations. But here's where it gets darker. Apparently, the DNA test wasn't taken voluntarily. According to leaked details, Burna was pressured into it after Jada's legal team filed preliminary documents in a UK court for paternity verification. This wasn't a casual test. This was a legal order, which means if the results were ignored or denied, Burna could have faced serious consequences, financial, legal, even immigration-related depending on jurisdiction. That's why when those results came back, his silence wasn't just emotional. It was strategic. Behind the scenes, multiple insiders claim Burna's team went into damage control mode instantly. They allegedly contacted PR firms, crisis managers, even friends in the industry to try and spin the narrative. But there's one thing even the best PR team can't rewrite: science. The streets say Jada kept her cool through it all because she knew the truth would surface. And honestly, the calmness in her recent posts says it all. She's been posting subtle captions like, "You can't hide truth forever," and "My piece hits different when I don't have to prove it." The girl's unbothered. She's not fighting anymore, she's won. Meanwhile, Burna fans are split right down the middle. Half are defending him, saying everybody makes mistakes, while the other half are dragging him, calling him out for hypocrisy, for lying, for preaching self-awareness while hiding the truth. And Stefflon, she's moved from heartbreak to revenge mode. There are whispers she's about to drop a diss track, one that reportedly names names. Producers close to her camp say she's been in the studio non-stop since the night she went live. If that's true, Burna might be facing not just public embarrassment, but a musical dragging of epic proportions. As for Jada, her fanbase has exploded. She's gained over 500,000 followers in just a few days. Brands are reportedly reaching out. And the media is already spinning her as the truth teller in this saga, the woman who stood her ground against an industry giant. But if you think the story ends here, think again. Because this DNA revelation isn't just about a baby, it's about power. About how fame, ego, and image collide when real life comes crashing in. And trust me, the next part of the story, it's where the real fallout begins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought the DNA confirmation was the end of the drama, you couldn't be more wrong. Because what came after the truth hit the internet was a full-blown cultural meltdown. Burna Boy's entire empire started to shake. His fanbase divided like a courtroom jury, his team scrambling to control the damage, and Stefflon Don? She wasn't just mad, she was on a mission. Within hours of the DNA results leaking, she deleted every picture of Burna Boy from her Instagram. Every moment, every memory gone. Years of love, wiped clean with a few taps. It was like she was erasing history in real time. But here's where it got wild. While Burna was hiding from the public eye, Stefflon wasn't done talking. In a follow-up live, she dropped what people are calling the final blow. She said, "The world doesn't know half of what I went through for that man. I covered his mess, I protected his name, and he still embarrassed me for the world to see." Her voice cracked, not with sadness, but fury. The clip went viral instantly. Memes, reaction videos, even TikToks with sad edits of their old clips started flooding timelines. It was heartbreak rebranded as content. But just when the internet started taking Stefflon's side completely, Jada Kingdom stepped in again. And when I say stepped in, I mean she came with receipts. A series of mysterious screenshots appeared on X, formerly Twitter, from an unverified account, allegedly showing WhatsApp messages between Burna and Jada from months before the news broke. One of the messages reportedly read, "You know how I move. Keep things private." Another said, "When I get back to London, we'll talk. Don't stress." Now, whether those messages were real or not doesn't even matter, because the public believed them. Fans started connecting dots that might not have even existed. That's the power of perception. And in the court of social media, perception is reality. But this is where it gets messy, really messy. An insider who claimed to be part of Burna's inner circle came forward with what they called undeniable proof that Burna knew about the baby long before the DNA test. According to them, Burna allegedly sent money for medical stuff early in Jada's pregnancy under a different name through a third-party account. They even shared bank receipts that looked suspiciously real, blurred of course, but enough to send fans into full investigation mode. And as if that wasn't bad enough, another bombshell dropped. Apparently, Burna's label wasn't happy either. Reports started swirling that his management was furious about the scandal overshadowing his upcoming world tour. Imagine, stadiums booked, contracts signed, merchandise printed, and now, instead of headlines about the music, it's DNA results trending worldwide. One PR insider allegedly told the Shade Room they wanted this handled quietly. He didn't listen, but Burna wasn't going to stay silent forever. Oh no, not Burna. After nearly a week of silence, he posted a cryptic tweet that simply said, "No matter how loud the noise gets, I stay solid." That one line, vague but heavy, instantly became a topic of debate. Was he admitting guilt? Was he trying to save face? Was he deflecting blame? Everyone had an opinion. And just when people thought he was ready to face the music, he deleted the tweet. That move, that quick delete, made things even worse. Because in this era of screenshots, deleting something doesn't erase it. It multiplies it. Now here's the part nobody expected. Stefflon didn't just respond with words, she responded with art. Within 48 hours, she dropped a snippet of a new track on Instagram. The caption, "No DNA can fix betrayal." The beat was haunting, her tone was icy, and the internet lost it. Comments poured in from fans and celebs alike. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. Even Jada commented, "Sing your truth, sis," followed by a wink emoji. That one comment alone reignited the war. Burna's supporters flooded Jada's mentions, calling her messy, desperate, a clout chaser. But her fans clapped back harder, saying, "You can't call a woman messy for telling the truth." The comment sections were battlefields, with people choosing sides like it was an election. Meanwhile, industry gossip pages started hinting that Jada might be negotiating an exclusive tell-all interview. Sources claimed multiple major platforms were offering her six figures to sit down and tell the real story. She didn't confirm it, but she didn't deny it either. She simply posted, "Timing is everything." But the real shocker came when a leaked audio clip hit the web, supposedly Burna's voice, during a heated phone call, saying, "You think this will ruin me? You can't ruin what's already legendary." Now, whether that clip was authentic or edited, nobody knows. But the timing, too perfect to ignore. It dropped the same night Stefflon previewed her track, turning the entire scandal into a three-way PR war. And if you think Burna's rivals weren't paying attention, think again. Multiple artists threw subtle shade in their captions, with one even tweeting, "Some kings forget their crowns when the truth hits." Fans instantly assumed it was about Burna, and within minutes, his name was trending again. But let's pause for a second and be real. This entire situation exposed something deeper than gossip. It showed how fragile fame can be when real life kicks in. One DNA test changed the entire trajectory of Burna Boy's public image. It stripped away the mystique, the control, the "I'm untouchable" energy he built for years. And you could feel it in the way people started questioning everything. Was his relationship with Stefflon ever real? Did he know about Jada all along? Was he living a double life? Every rumor, every lyric, every interview clip suddenly had new meaning. But the thing about Burna Boy is, he thrives in chaos. He's built his career on controversy, on proving doubters wrong. And even though this scandal shook the foundation, it also set the stage for his comeback. Because Burna's next move, it had to be legendary. And just as people started thinking he'd vanish for good, he reappeared, back online. But this time, not as the victim, not as the accused, as the performer. The next act in this story wasn't about DNA. It was about damage control through dominance. And trust me, that's where things took an even darker turn. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened next turned this from a simple celebrity scandal into a full-blown international soap opera. Because while everyone was still reeling from the DNA bombshell, Burna Boy did what he always does best, flip the script. Out of nowhere, he announced a surprise concert. No press, no build-up, just a single cryptic post. The truth don't shake legends. Within hours, it sold out. People weren't just going for the music, they were going for the drama. Fans wanted to see his face, to read his energy, to find out if the African giant was still standing tall after being publicly dragged through the mud. And when he stepped on that stage, oh, he owned it. Lights dimmed, crowd screaming, cameras flashing. Then silence. Burna stood there, microphone in hand, and said one line that sent chills down the entire arena. "They can test my blood, but they can't test my soul." The audience erupted, half cheering, half gasping. It was defiance disguised as poetry. He performed like a man with something to prove. Every lyric sounded sharper, every note hit harder, every beat felt personal. Clips from that show spread like wildfire. Within minutes, hashtags like #BurnaRedemption and #DNA concert were trending worldwide. He wasn't just performing, he was reclaiming control of his narrative. But let's not get it twisted. That moment of power came with a heavy price. Behind the spotlight, Burna's life was unraveling. Sources close to his camp claimed he hadn't spoken to Stefflon Don since the day of the results. The once inseparable couple were now ghosts to each other. Her number? Blocked. Her clothes? Gone. Her team reportedly sent people to collect the last of her things from his London apartment. Cold. Clean. Final. Meanwhile, Jada Kingdom was quietly winning. Her baby reveal post. A simple black and white picture with the caption, "Truth sets you free," shattered engagement records. Over 10 million likes in 24 hours. She was suddenly on every magazine cover, from gossip blogs to mainstream outlets. The narrative had flipped completely. Jada, the other woman, was now Jada, the vindicated mother. But the question remained, would Burna acknowledge the child? 4 weeks, he danced around it. No official statement. No denial. No confirmation. Just silence. Until one night, during a club appearance, the DJ switched tracks mid-set and shouted into the mic, "Shout out Burna Boy, the proud new daddy." The crowd roared. And for the first time, Burna didn't flinch. He smiled. He raised his drink. That one gesture said more than a press release ever could. Still, behind the scenes, things were far from settled. Stefflon Don was reportedly furious. Word on the street was that she'd been offered a multi-million-dollar interview deal to tell her side, but she was holding out. Her team was negotiating, waiting for the perfect moment, the moment Burna slipped again. And knowing Burna, that moment was bound to come. Because while the world was still dissecting the DNA drama, Burna decided to double down on his image. Instead of retreating into humility, he went louder, more flamboyant, more untouchable. He posted cryptic captions like, "They want my peace, not my truth," and "Even kings bleed gold." His fans ate it up. His critics tore it apart. But it didn't matter. Every post kept him trending. Every controversy fed his legacy. Meanwhile, Jada kept things classy. No shade. No lives. Just quiet wins. She posted pictures of her baby's first steps, smiling in the sunlight, unbothered by the chaos around her. That calm energy made people root for her even harder. She didn't need to say a word. The DNA results had already spoken for her. But then came the twist nobody saw coming. A leaked court document surfaced, allegedly showing Burna had filed for joint custody. That meant he wasn't just accepting fatherhood privately, he was taking legal steps to be part of his child's life. It was shocking. The same man who'd once denied the rumors was now fighting for access. Some said it was redemption, others said it was damage control. Either way, it was a move that sent shockwaves through the industry. Suddenly, public opinion started shifting again. People began to say, "At least he's stepping up. He made a mistake, but he's owning it." And slowly, Burna started clawing his way out of the scandal pit. Stefflon Don, on the other hand, wasn't done healing or fighting. She dropped the full track a week later. A dark, moody song titled DNA Lies. The lyrics, brutal. "You said she was nothing. Now she got your blood slashed. You said I was everything. Now I'm just the mud." The internet lost it. Blogs posted lyric breakdowns. Fans made reaction videos, and within 48 hours, the song hit #1 on multiple charts. It wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural moment. And Burna, he didn't say a word. Not publicly, but during his next performance, he opened with a new unreleased song where he rapped, "They want me guilty, but I'm still chosen. The crowd screamed. It was subtle, petty, perfect. Behind the glamour, though, sources said he was struggling. His relationship with Stefflon was gone. His image had taken a hit, and his team was reportedly tightening control. Fewer interviews, fewer appearances, more music. The Burna machine was in recovery mode. Jada, meanwhile, was entering her soft mother era, serene, glowing, and still unfazed. She was even spotted leaving a luxury spa in Jamaica with her baby, captioning her post, "Peace costs less when you stop proving yourself." Fans called it the ultimate mic drop. But what makes this story truly fascinating isn't who won or lost. It's how public truth became private chaos. The DNA didn't just prove paternity, it exposed the fragile machinery of celebrity life. The masks, the lies, the branding, the manipulation. And through it all, 3 lives, Burna, Stefflon, and Jada, became characters in a story too big to control. Because let's be honest, even though the truth is out, the drama's not over. Burna still hasn't spoken directly about the baby. Stefflon's interviews are reportedly in the works. And Jada, rumor has it she's about to sign a documentary deal to tell her journey from love to scandal to motherhood. So while the world debates loyalty, betrayal, and DNA, the real question is, what's next? Will Burna finally own up publicly? Will Stefflon forgive or retaliate again? Will Jada's calm victory turn into her next empire move? Whatever happens, this story isn't going anywhere. It's carved into pop culture history now. A scandal that started with whispers and ended with a 99.9% truth. And if there's one lesson in all of this, it's simple. No matter how big your name is, you can't outrun the truth. Not forever. But stay tuned, because if you know anything about Burna Boy, it's that he doesn't stay quiet for long. And something tells me his next move might just rewrite the ending again. So now, ladies and gentlemen, after everything we've seen, the tests, the tears, the live meltdowns, the studio shots, the cryptic captions, the truth is out there, clear as daylight. Burna Boy is the father. Jada Kingdom wasn't lying. Stefflon Don, she's out here healing, fighting, and maybe plotting her own comeback. But the question is, what happens next? Because if this saga has taught us anything, it's that the truth doesn't end the drama, it evolves it. You think this was the final chapter? Oh, trust me, this is only the calm before the next explosion. Will Burna step up and claim that Father of the Year title? Will Stefflon finally spill her side of the story and expose what really went down behind those studio walls? And what about Jada? Will she turn this entire storm into a career-defining move and own her vindicated queen era? Drop your thoughts down below, because I want to know, who do you believe came out on top of this chaos? Was it Burna, the man who faced the DNA truth head-on? Jada, who stood her ground with quiet confidence? Or Stefflon Don, the heartbroken queen turning pain into platinum? Let's be real, this whole situation is wild, unpredictable, and so perfectly 2025. It's fame, love, betrayal, and receipts all wrapped up into one fiery mess. And if you think this was crazy, oh, just wait. Because I'm hearing whispers, and I mean serious whispers, that Stefflon Don's team is preparing a bombshell interview that could change everything we thought we knew about this triangle. So make sure you're subscribed, turn on those notifications, and get ready, because when that interview drops, we're breaking it down frame by frame, lyric by lyric, word by word. This story isn't over. Not even close. Until next time, stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, in the world of celebrity scandals, DNA might prove the truth, but the drama is always 100%.